Hi Taurus. Tauruses, welcome to your season. I've been gone. I've been MIA. I've been moving. Still moving. And so this is my little makeshift studio right now. So bear with me. This will get set up. Crazy couple of weeks, huh? Crazy couple of weeks. We came out of all of the retrogrades and it was pretty, like, there was a lot of uncertainty. There was a lot of, I think really fear, because with all of that Neptunian energy, we were really kind of grasping at the depths of our emotional states and really kind of trying to figure out our core truths. Our core truths, not humanity's core truths, you. What do you want? How do you feel? What feels just to you? And there was a lot of this uncertainty kind of revolving and churning around those questions. And now that we are in full swing of your season, and with that being said, I mean, in Aries season, we all were kind of feeling this urge to make the decision, okay? Even when we had made the decision, it really became about, there was like this long pause where we had to wait. And that kind of added to and augmented the uncertainty to another level, where it was just kind of stressful and emotional. So now we finally are in Taurus season. We can take all that power that we have from Aries season, we can take all those decisions, and now we can actually move about and actually take action. So I'm excited that we're in your season. You're excited we're in your season. So happy birthday. The extended for you is going to be free, so you can see how I do the extendeds and what they are, and and how much in depth we go, and just to kind of see if that works for you. So your extended's free. Happy birthday. All right, Tauruses. Let's do this thing. Let's talk about your month. Spirit and universe, what are the messages for Taurus? Also, in light of, I just ended a relationship and I moved. So in light of this whole, and in Taurus season too, in light of this whole new beginnings, we're going back to basics. I'm using the standard Rider-Waite tarot deck, and I'm not fully finished with the move, so I don't have my tripod, so we're doing this. I normally don't show my face. I was a little scared about that. Normally I just show my hands, so okay. Taurus. Taurus. What are the messages, advice, and guidance for Tauruses this May? King of Wands. I'm going to do, oh, and also I was going to say, I'm going to do the 10 card Celtic cross. One more. And out come some cards. Ace of Swords. I don't know if you could see that. Knight of Pentacles reversed. That's your foundation. One more. Okay. King of Wands crossed by the Ace of Swords. The foundation, Knight of Pentacles reversed. The crown of your reading is the Judgment card. Past, Nine of Swords. Future, Four of Swords. I'm having trouble with the lighting here. Future is Four of Swords. Reversed, Four of Swords reversed. and how you feel about the situation. How am I pulling these out? This way. Future, how you feel about the situation is the Empress. Yay! We'll talk about that in a minute. How other people feel about the situation is the Three of Cups. Good. How your hopes and fears. Okay, Nine of Cups. That's definitely a hope. And then the outcome, the World. Good, Taurus. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. This, for you in your season, this is a big card. It's your card. It is a card of stability, and it is a card of tradition. And because the Hierophant, you see these two people looking up to him. This lighting really sucks. And he is some, kind of master or expert or spiritual guide. For you, not only is this tradition and this month's feeling that soulful connection to who you are and what you're about and what this life is about. And what this life is about for you. These are answers that you're going to be getting this month. If you are uncertain about things, if you've been wavering on questions in that realm, this is the month where you're going to be getting those answers. And you will be 100% certain about that. That's what this card means for you. And at the bottom of the deck, everything we read, this whole storyline that we're going to be reading, stems from this certainty. Stems from this guidance, this expert advice, and this solid knowing. Solid knowing. Now, this is so interesting that we have the King of Wands being crossed by the Ace of Swords, because the King of Wands is the card of Leo. So there's an egotistical essence to this card, but still a king nonetheless. Still in charge. Master of his domain. All right. A guide, a leader himself in his own right. Fiery leader. A decisive leader. Arrogant leader. But this speaks to the energy in which you're seeking this. The energy you're putting forth in seeking this. You are really wanting to know for a certainty, and I keep using the word certainty because that's what the Ace of Swords is about. It is a card of certainty, extreme certainty. The sword, it cuts both ways. That blade, extreme love, extreme hate. Extreme knowing. Okay, and that's why it's crowned. It's kind of, while it is an ace, so it does represent new beginnings. It represents a foundation, an intellectual or cognitive foundation for which you can move forward and make decisions forward. Moving forward, for which you can make decisions and live your life knowing with certainty that you're going in the right direction. So I think there was kind of this sputtering about, am I in the right job? Am I in the right relationship? Am I doing what's right for me? Is this what this life is about? Is this all this life is? What's next? Where did I come from? What's right? What's wrong? How do these people get away with this crap? They're bullshit. Shouldn't they be on some level held accountable for the amount of bullshit that they spew? Shouldn't they be held accountable for the amount of ignorance that they shed on the world and on their families and on their friends? Is that right? Is that how it's supposed to be? These are things that you're asking. These are things that you're seeking. And you've been looking for direction to know that you are right. It is bullshit. They are ignorant. It's not how it's supposed to be. Oops. Hold on. Where did it go? Okay. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and he's reversed. This is a card of preparedness. Slow movement, really, okay, when he's upright, slow movement. But being slow movement because he's not going to do anything until he knows for certainty. I mean, look at, out of all the knights, I'm not going to pull them because that just is, it takes time, but out of all the knights in the tarot, this is the only one that the horse is adorned to perfection. Shiny black, well taken care of, well fed, in shape. Okay. He matches the horse. He's proud of himself, proud of his horse, proud of what he has, and proud of what he has to offer because he's been working on it for a while. That's why this is slow moving energy, because this is a card of being prepared. So when this is reversed, it speaks to the preparing has already been taking place. Now it's time to move forward. This can also speak to a lack of preparedness. So if that's you in this situation, think about what you need to do to be prepared for whatever is next. But I think with this and these questions that you've been asking and these answers you've been seeking, you're ready for the answer. And you're kind of like, I've been waiting for the answer. Why does it have to take this long, the answer? And it's because, Taurus, you are seeking truth at its core. Right? Why is there so much bullshit? In work, in relationships, in love, in families, the media. Like there's this veil, and we all know that it's been pulled over our eyes, and we all know it, right? But we need some sort of proof that that is at least the truth, that it is being pulled over our eyes. Then we can get to the bottom of it. Okay. That's what you're doing this month. Put these back. That's what you've been seeking. That's what you'll be finding. And it's not in vain. All right? That's part of the purpose for you to have felt this over the last few months. So you can really call BS on everything else that people are buying. Like we're all buying into it. And you are standing and sitting here on this throne. Okay, there could also be a Leo or a fire sign in your life that is pretty paramount in bringing these answers to you, in helping you, or assisting you in these questions and these answers. That could be the case. A fire sign could be coming into your life, and they could be pretty monumental in giving you the leverage and the emotional leverage to call BS. I'm actually going to ask these questions because I think that there's a justness in me asking. Right? Okay. Then, I honestly can't remember if this was pulled reversed. I put it down wrong because I was pulling him funny. Remember that? So I'm going to read this as it was reversed and then as it's not, just in case. And whatever speaks to you. And I'm really sorry for that, but I recognize that I was pulling them funny and then adjusted. So crowning the situation, if this is reversed, this is really speaking to the fact that whatever it is, this is the 20th major arcana card. Okay, so we're talking about the end of a phase. So if you've been kind of seeking this truth and this sincerity and these really like life answers, existential answers, then you're ready to hear the truth, you're ready to ask the questions, but you're not 100% ready to make the decision about what's told to you. You need time to decide once you have the info. Okay. Now, if we're looking at this as upright, then you are ready for the info and you're ready to decide based on the info. You're ready to move, make decisions, all right? Even if it's just how you feel, okay? At least now I know that we're being lied to. At least now I know that these conspiracies might be true. And at least if that, then I can know that these weird feelings I've been having, this uncertainty that I've been having, at least then I can know that I was right on point. That I did understand really what was going on. My intuition wasn't off. All right, so, and then also there's some pride in that, in knowing that your intuition is not off. Be proud of that. And then that's what's something that you can work with. Then you can work with that information. Now I know what to do. Now I know how to direct my energy, how to direct my comments, how to feel about life, how to feel about people, how to feel about relationships. Because I was a little foggy for a while. Actually, I was pretty foggy for a while. All right? And I was seeking this, truth, and it was getting me down because I was just, I feel like you were like spinning your wheels. And that's why this card, the swords represent your mind and your thoughts and your ideas in tarot. They represent air signs, and air signs are ruled by their mind, words, literature, information, thoughts, cognitive ability. And so when you're feeling uneasy and needing to ask questions about things that you're really uncertain about, but it's really bothering you to the point where it's keeping you up at night, it's making you feel depressed, it's giving you anxiety, right? And I don't know why I keep saying being lied to, because I think that's part of why this is such an important card and why this is such an important card for you this month, the Ace of Swords. Because I feel like you're seeking some justness and justification in the world as it is, in humanity. How people can do things to each other that are just morally and ethically wrong. How people can just lie outright to somebody's face, somebody that they care about. How people can be taken advantage of in the workplace. Like, you're that core about existence and about love and about giving. You're that core base level where things are right or they are wrong, and you don't understand how we're just letting things slip past us left and right. At least I'm making my money. At least I'm good. I'm taking advantage of everybody, but at least I'm good. Right? I mean, that really, really bothers you that it doesn't bother other people. That really is getting to you, that people can do that to other people. And that other people you know, are just shady. Like, how can they be like that? It's like, those are the things that is really getting to you. And so when you get the information, okay, you're going to be ready for it. You're ready for it. And then you're going to know what to do. Then you're going to know how to move forward, how to feel. You're going to understand. There's a whole level of understanding here. This Empress, right, she works tirelessly. She has energy. She's fertile. She's fertile with ideas. She's not in vain sitting here saying, I'm going to, you know, build this company, or I'm going to start this relationship. I'm going to take this friendship to a whole other level. Like, she's not sitting there saying, I can do all of this because that's what I want. I mean, there's an element of that, but it's based off of truth. It's based off of grounded, trustworthy ethics and morals, right? She represents goodness. And things can grow from goodness. That's why she is fresh and young and beautiful, because there's an innocence about her, because she only knows good. So you've been racking your brain, Taurus, about this life and humanity and how we all got so astray. And when you get these answers, and I wish I was heavy Taurus placements, because I would love to have all of these answers. When you get them, it's going to be coming from an extremely trustworthy place. That you will know for a certainty where you need to go from there. And that is calming. Okay, and then how you feel. You're still going to feel a little uneasiness about it, but I think you were very prepared for what was coming. And at least it's allowing you to move forward with an understanding. And how other people are feeling about you and this situation, again, they're just remaining oblivious. They're choosing to be oblivious. This is eating, drinking, be merry. This is celebrating, hanging out with friends. Coming together with friends, though, there is an essence of unity and bonding here with this card. So you may find when you get these solid answers you've been seeking, when you get the answers, Taurus, you may find that there's a whole other group of people that you now can really connect with and have these discussions with. Okay? But this is how other people feel. Remember the placement of this card. That might be continuing your, this was on reversed, continuing a little bit of uneasiness within you, because they honestly are choosing to remain oblivious. And that bothers you. So what is your hope and your fear, Taurus? Your hope and your fear is that your wishes are going to come true. Again, this is overabundance, gluttony. This could be drinking too much. But so you're talking about a fear. This is kind of a fear that we as people are going to be really taking this too lightly, and it's going to get us in trouble, right? He eats and drinks too much, so he gets super fat. He's a drunk. Right? Has a healthy love life. Too healthy. So you're a little afraid of that, but also hopeful in terms of your hope with the Nine of Cups. It's that your wishes will be granted in terms of all of your emotional cups being filled. So I think with this being the hope, when you were looking at it from the hope position, and it does mean, Taurus, that you are going to be hoping that with this understanding, with these truths, with this path forward, this certainty, then at least you can work towards your real hopes and dreams and not feel guilty about them, not feel like you are taking advantage. Like you're seeing things on a whole different level. And then the final outcome is the world. So this understanding that you're getting, this truth, these truths are going to be changing you in your outlook for the better, definitely for the better. You're prepared for it, but you really need to understand, Taurus, that this is the end of a pretty big cycle. And what's next is next. And that looks beautiful. Okay, let's pull out Oracle card. And then we'll get into the extended. What's the most important message for Tauruses? Most important message for Tauruses this May 2019. Tiferet, heart, beauty. You see that world that is through his being? Let's read this. I don't know that I've read this one before. It's funny how certain ones pop up all the time and some don't ever. This is the 6th emanation in the Tree of Life. Oh, and this is the Angelarium Oracle. The 6th emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beauty and in harmony. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between those forces. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them toward one another. This is you seeing these different realms come together in this truth and understanding how they can all be. You know, when I was talking about, there's so much bullshit around us. Like, you're sick of it. You want other people to see it and you want other people to call it out, but they're not. So this is a month of maybe really kind of, that's probably why you're a little still uneasy, because you're kind of realizing that through ignorance, through different belief systems, through different scripting, it does all have to coexist. But at least you're going to feel secure in yourself because you're going to know that you're morally and ethical in tune with how things should be. Does that make sense? But also letting it all kind of interplay. Tiferet forms the midpoint between Keter and Malkuth. He defines the pillar of balance. At the glowing center of the tree, in the midpoint between all its relationship, he distributes energy from each emanation back across its paths. It's a careful balancing act, incorporating such extreme opposites. But this is the nature of the tree as a whole. Tiferet mirrors the structure of the tree, existing as a microcosm of the whole. It's all part of a community. It's all part of the community, the communities. The good, the bad, the evil, the lies, the truths. It comes down to Taurus. When we look at, I guess basic physics. And energy and math. basically math. And we, every action has an exact and equal opposite reaction. Every positive has the exact amount of negative. And energetically, there always has to be that balance. So when we look at, you think about that saying, a rising tide lifts all ships. It does, lifts more ships, but we have to understand that when we increase something, you're also decreasing something on the other side. It's equal. It has to be equal for that energetic balance in the universe, on Earth, everywhere. It has to be in balance. So if you're thinking something good, it's removing something negative from your mind, or somebody on the other side of the world is thinking something equally negative or thinking something more negative. The more positive you get, something else gets more negative. That can get really deep when you start really looking at things like that. And I think that's part of this acceptance for you. But for you, this month, and your morals and your ethics and this truth that you've really been seeking, you might be kind of finding yourself a new community to identify with, and a community that is on the same wavelength and belief structure as you. And that's beautiful. Let's pull some clarifiers. Actually, I'm going to stop this and make the other extended video, because I want to have 2 videos and kind of highlight that this is a free extended for you. Okay. I love you, Taurus. I'll see you in the extended.